And right now on Weather Center Live, the setup for the next big storm is here. This monster will bring snow, ice to cities like Minneapolis and storms potentially severe. We can't rule out the possibility of tornadoes to cities like Memphis. We're taking you through all this. We're talking all about that and what's happening in your area for the next couple of days.
But before all of that, you might want to get out and enjoy this weekend. Yeah, a large chunk of the country experiencing some pretty crazy warm temps for January. Some of us will see highs nearly 25 degrees above average. We're tracking temperatures as you go through the next few days. Weather Center Live starts right now. Well, good afternoon to you, and thanks for joining us. I'm meteorologist Alex Wallace.
And I'm meteorologist Todd Borick. Another warm weekend coming ahead for many, and then, you know, if it's in January and you're talking 20, 30 degrees above normal for some spots, we're going to have to pay it somehow.
Yeah, absolutely. Before we, along with that warm-up, does come that threat for some snow. Look at the areas, Todd, that will be potentially dealing with some of the heaviest.
Yeah, in fact, we're looking at places like, Denver, but even more so right around the Omaha area. We're looking at Kansas City. Could see some heavy stuff just to your north there. And that's going to push its way all the way from, let's say, Kansas all the way up to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
All right, so let's put it into motion and show you where this is all going to be coming from. This next winter storm system, potentially our next named one here as we work our way through the coming days. Late in the weekend, we're going to be watching the big dip in the jet stream, our trough here on the west coast. That'll initialize an area of low pressure at the surface. That begins to move its way through the Intermountain West, eventually through the Four Corners, and then out into the middle of the country for the early part of next week. And generally, north and west of this path of the system is where we'll find the best cold air and the best opportunity for some of that snow. So as we start you off Saturday night, there will be some snow showers around out there, seeing that across parts of Colorado, working back into even the Sierra. But it's as we move into Sunday where we really get the precipitation shield going. It'll be mostly rain for you across Southern California, getting down to the LA and San Diego, but through Nevada, working through Utah into Colorado, that's where we'll see our snow, and we'll see some of those numbers adding up. Several areas here getting up around a foot and a half, doing pretty well here in the Colorado Rockies, dealing with up to 2 feet possible there for you, the same in the Sierra. So we'll be watching those areas. Trying to travel through those regions could be quite difficult. Then we'll move into Monday, kicking off the week. Still snowing here for us, Four Corners, and then inching out into the plains. By the time we get into our Tuesday, we do see that shift off towards the north and the east, and you can see these areas here that'll be impacted the most. Iowa, best chance for dealing with the snow. The steadiest will be on Tuesday, so that'll be after the Iowa caucuses will be taking place. So don't let that threaten you from getting out and prevent you from getting out there and caucusing. All right, so here's the snowfall forecast through Wednesday afternoon. We don't have exact numbers, but you get the general gist of where the heaviest and the more moderate snow is going to be falling. A zone from basically Colorado all the way up through portions of Wisconsin and into the UP of Michigan. That's the northern extent where we have all the cold air. South of that, Todd, potential for severe storms.
That's right. Let's focus on that. Here's New Orleans right now. Beautiful conditions out across New Orleans. 61 degrees. You can see all that sunshine. We're going to continue to stay a bit on the warm side through the weekend. And then things start changing after that. So let's really talk about the setup. What is causing all this that's going to happen? The heavy snow off to the north and the threat for severe storms for the Gulf states to the south. Upper level jet stream. So we're looking at the upper level winds here, and you have a big dip in the jet stream over the west, and you have the ridge or the rising parts of the jet stream off to the eastern coast. This is what's going to be transporting in a lot of that warm air, and that is why we're looking at temperatures 20, 25 degrees above normal for many areas in the eastern half of the U.S. But you're also going to be transporting in a lot of ingredients to bring about the threat for severe storms. You have that warm, moist flow coming in from the Gulf of Mexico. Remember, behind this, we have that cold, dry air. Anytime you have a big disagreement among air masses where you have the cold and dry meeting up with the warm and moist, you can end up seeing a bit of a battle here, and that is why we're worried about the threat for some severe storms in this region, for the simple fact that we have a lot of contrasting things going on, as well as a strong upper-level jet. So these are about, 5,000 feet or so in the air. We're bringing in even more warm, moist air and a bit of a twist as well. Notice how the flow from the surface is coming in from the south, that strong low-level jet coming in more out of the south and west. So now we're starting to see that twist in the atmosphere, and that is why that threat for severe storms is certainly out there. As we work our way into Monday, things are just getting going on the leeward side of the Rockies. Here comes Tuesday. This is where the threat really begins for places like Dallas, Little Rock, into Shreveport, and into Tuesday, Alex, Memphis, Birmingham, Nashville, New Orleans, all with the possibility for severe storms.
Indeed. Now, you know, with the recent twisters in Florida and severe weather expected again next week, as Todd was showing you, we wanted you to know how widespread winter tornado outbreaks are. So here's our severe weather expert, Dr. Greg Forbes, with the details.
The wintertime is not typically a time we think of as having a lot of tornadoes. On average, we don't. December with 28, January 40, and February with 36. That's a lot less than the prime month of 277 in May. But there's some months in the wintertime when we have had quite a few large tornado outbreaks. In fact, look at that, 129 back in January 1999, 86 in Super Tuesday, February 2008, and 65 back January 2013. So sometimes we can get much more than the monthly average in just one outbreak. That Super Tuesday outbreak back in February 2008 had 25 tornadoes apiece in Kentucky and Tennessee, and in all 10 states were impacted by tornadoes. Now, how does this happen? Well, we have to have a big dip in the jet stream, a big south to north flow that really pulls moisture all the way from the Gulf of Mexico, forms a surface low that does that pulling. Usually the winds come in from the south-southeast. This is the Super Tuesday 2008 scenario. There's that jet stream southwest flow that's giving a lot of turning of the winds with height, and in particular at 5,000 feet, probably about a 60-mile-per-hour wind that comes in. So tremendous low-level turning of the winds with height. You combine that with the warm, moist air, the instability, the storms rotate, become supercells, and we can get a spring-like tornado outbreak even though it's December or January or February. Back to you.
Thanks, Dr. Forbes. Well, this weekend will be a perfect time to get outside. Coming up, find out where temperatures could reach 90 degrees. In that city, got a major snow from Jonas that could top 60 next week. We'll be back after your local on the 8s.
See me.
See me.
Don't stare at me.
See me.
See me.
See me to know
That psoriasis is just something that I have.
I'm not contagious.
See me to know that I won't stop.
until I find what works.
Discover Cosentyx, a different kind of medicine for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, proven to help the majority of people find clear or almost clear skin. 8 out of 10 people saw 75% skin clearance at 3 months, while the majority saw 90% clearance. Do not use if you are allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, you should be tested for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you have received a vaccine or plan to. If you have Crohn's disease, tell your doctor as symptoms can worsen. Serious allergic reactions may occur.
See me.
See me.
See me on my way.
Find clear skin and a clearer path forward. For a different kind of medicine, ask your dermatologist about Cosentyx.
I'm only in my 60s. I've got a nice long life ahead, big plans. So when I found out Medicare doesn't pay all my medical expenses, I got a Medicare supplement insurance plan.
If you're eligible for Medicare, you may know it only covers about 80% of your Part B medical expenses. The rest is up to you. Call now and find out about an AARP Medicare supplement insurance plan insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Like all standardized Medicare supplement insurance plans, it could save you in out-of-pocket medical costs. Call now to request your free decision guide.
I've been with my doctor for 12 years. Now I know I'll be able to stick with them.
You'll be able to visit any doctor or hospital that accepts Medicare patients. Plus, there are no networks and virtually no referrals needed. See why millions of people have already enrolled in the only Medicare supplement insurance plans endorsed by AARP. Don't wait. Call now.
It's amazing out there to me means, just the beauty of what is around us. A beautiful sunrise, waves crashing on the beach, enjoying that first snowfall of the season, watching a tornado spin in the plains of Oklahoma. To me, that's what it's amazing out there is.
Currently in our area, 63 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. High 66. Winds northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy. Low 49. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, mostly cloudy, high 73. Winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
When the going gets tough, the tough keep pulling.
All new episodes of Highway Through Hell, Sunday nights at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Yeah! Julie was invited to share her own experience with Liberator Medical. Results may vary.
I wore a colostomy bag as a result of a pretty bad injury. When Liberator Medical said, "Why don't you sample out this Coloplast Mio?" it was amazing. This one had a charcoal filter, it conformed to my body, it was low profile, and it was a product that I probably would not have learned of if not for Liberator specialists. I don't have to worry about leaking, I don't have to worry about ballooning, I don't have to worry about the way that I move. My activity level has been heightened, spontaneity, confidence especially. I would give Coloplast for the design of the Mio more than attaboy. They'd get a woohoo!
Call Liberator Medical for your free Censura Mio sample pack with free shipping.
Call 1-800-503-7096. 1-800-503-7096.
And welcome back. You're looking live from Oklahoma City, and a lot of sunshine out there. Somewhat of a slow ride. At least we're waiting for the traffic cam to start working, but it is looking quite nice for Oklahoma City. Really a good chunk of the eastern U.S. looking at temperatures well above normal. But you know we're talking late January, and if it's going to be this warm out there, you know it's going to have to get colder once again. And that's one of the reasons why we're going to be looking at a lot of snow and maybe even some severe storms into the early parts of next week. So the Midwest is certainly looking quite nice. Let's look at these temperatures. And boy, Wichita, 60 degrees for a high today. Oklahoma City, you're going to be seeing a high almost at 70 degrees, and really even farther to the north, places like Bismarck, 46 for a high. Minneapolis, well, right now you're looking at 29 degrees, and those temperatures will continue to rise because of our jet stream setup. Generally, if you are south of this jet stream, you're looking milder air. North of that, the cold air will stay to the north. So the jet stream, above anything else, basically separates that cold air to the north and warmer air to the south. So once that jet stream has some dips and bends in here, you can actually see how out to the west you have that dip in the jet stream, and farther to the east it's warmer. That's why highs anywhere from 10, 20 degrees above average for the eastern half of the U.S. Some places even in Texas upwards of 25 degrees above average. So looking today, Bismarck, 49 degrees. That is 26 degrees above average. Chicago, 32. All right, that's 2 degrees above average, but don't worry, you're going to be making that up into the weekend as those temperatures continue to soar. Look at Chicago for your Saturday, 45 degrees, 14 degrees above average. Omaha, 17 degrees above average with a high of 50 degrees. Oklahoma City could be pushing toward that 70-degree mark for tomorrow, and the warmth continues into your Sunday as those temperatures still remain well above normal. Bismarck, 13 degrees above average, 36 degrees your high for Sunday, 41 in Omaha. Oklahoma City, notice those temperatures starting to drag back down a bit. We're still at 59 degrees, a good at 9 degrees above average, and we're going to continue to see the temperatures warm up and then eventually drop back down as area of low pressure start bringing that colder air our way. So Oklahoma City, notice today, 73 degrees and a gradual decrease, 68 for tomorrow, 59 degrees for your Sunday, then leveling off about 62 ahead of that area of low pressure. St. Louis, same type of thing, a little bit cool today, but then your temperatures on the way up. 60 for your Saturday, 59 for your Sunday, so a beautiful weekend for St. Louis, and still staying in the 50s Monday and Tuesday, and same thing for Chicago. Alex, still well above normal for the next several days.
And you know what, the Midwest, not the only part of the country that'll be warming up. So that's some good news for us in spots like New York City. See them on the left and Atlanta on the right. Pretty pictures showing up there with the sunshine and blue skies in Atlanta. But again, everyone's going to get a chance to see this January thaw. We'll start you off in New York, where we'll see the temperatures steadily climbing here for us. Today, tomorrow, however, right around average. The average high is 39 degrees, so right around that mark. But by Sunday and through early next week, we're about 10 degrees above average here for you, so not too bad. How about the rest of the Northeast? Well, let's take you through it. This is tomorrow's forecast, and you can see back closer towards the lakes, Detroit, Buffalo, back down towards even Pittsburgh and Charleston. These will be areas where it'll be double digits above average. Not quite the case here on the East Coast. We're pretty much right in range of where we should be. But by Sunday, that warmer air really starts to take over. Now in Boston, you're more than 10 degrees above average, getting into the upper 40s there. How about Charleston? 63 degrees for you on your Sunday. 50 showing up in and around D.C. On Monday, you'll be into the 60s. Again, these are some of the areas that were hit pretty hard by Winter Storm Jonas, experiencing a pretty significant warm-up. The South, you're also not immune to dealing with this, so warm up. 70s to enjoy around Texas. You head on into the Memphis area. You're approaching 60 degrees. Looks like you'll be right at 59. That's what we're going to forecast. Tomorrow, though, well into the 60s. 16 degrees above average for you, and the Atlanta area into the mid-60s. And that is along with sunshine. So it's going to be beautiful weather to enjoy. We could see some records, though, breaking. This is on Saturday. One spot, pretty good bet. San Angelo, we're forecasting 83 degrees. The record, 76 out there. So we may actually start sweating in some of these locales.
You do all this research on the perfect car, gas mileage, horsepower, torque ratios. 3 spreadsheets later, you finally bring home the one, then smash it into a tree. Your insurance company's all too happy to raise your rates. Maybe you should have done a little more research on them.
For drivers with accident forgiveness, Liberty Mutual won't raise your rates due to your first accident. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Your brain is an amazing thing, but as you get older, it naturally begins to change, causing a lack of sharpness or even trouble with recall. Thankfully, the breakthrough in Prevagen helps your brain and actually improves memory. The secret is an ingredient originally discovered in jellyfish. In clinical trials, Prevagen has been shown to improve short-term memory. Prevagen, the name to remember.
I'm Andy, and I lost 30 pounds on Nutrisystem.
Listen up, guys. Want to shed a few pounds? Got a beer belly going on? Can't fit into your pants? I got one word for you, Nutrisystem.
I'm Essex, and I lost 43 pounds on Nutrisystem.
I'm Trevor, and I lost 60 pounds on Nutrisystem.
Lose weight fast with Nutrisystem's all-new Turbo 10. You can lose weight, too. Real guys, real results.
I'm Michael, and I lost 50 pounds on Nutrisystem.
Put down the pie, pick up the phone, and get with the program today. Lose up to 10 pounds in your first month and 5 inches overall. You'll love it. Money back guaranteed.
The food was delicious. If you're like me and you like to eat, this is what you get to do.
This is perfect for men, especially guys who don't want to cook.
So get off the couch and order your 28-day Nutrisystem plan right now. Get 1 week of all-new Turbo Shakes free and 1 week of NutriCrush Shakes free.
It's not that hard. You eat the food, you lose the weight.
Call 877-580-THIN and get the all-new Turbo 10 with 14 shakes free.
Wouldn't it be nice if you could go through life without worry? Yet all it takes is one wrong step. Now you can live life fearlessly. With the Great Call Splash, one touch immediately lets you speak with a 5-star agent. Agents will confirm your location, assess your situation, and get you the help you need. The new Great Call Splash. Plans start at just $19.99 a month.
First month free when you buy at Rite Aid or Walmart.
A little rain, a little shine, a little change all the time. When the weather is fine.
Come on down to Weather Underground.
Don't miss the biggest automotive event of the year, the 10th annual Boca Raton Concours d'Elegance, February 19th through the 21st. The festivities begin Friday night at our Boca Raton hangar party. Saturday, Jay Leno provides the laughs following our gala dinner auction. And meet Jay Leno Sunday on the show field for the Concours d'Elegance at the Boca Raton Resort, showcasing some of the world's finest antique and exotic cars and cycles. Details at bocacde.com.
Hi, I'm Heather Cox on location with the famous Big Idaho Potato Truck.
Our truck?
It's touring across America telling people about Idaho potatoes.
Let's go, boys!
Again this year, the Big Idaho Potato Truck is traveling the country, spreading the word about heart-healthy Idaho potatoes and making donations to local charities.
Excuse me, miss. Have you seen our truck?
You just missed it.
Man, are you kidding me? Man, Are you kidding me?
Here we go.
It's our biggest seasons ever. Starting with new episodes of Prospectors at 9 and Highway Through Hell at 10.
Bam!
Sundays on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 63 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. High 66. Winds northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy. Low 49. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, mostly cloudy. High 73. Winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back into Weather Center Live as we focus in on our next big winter storm and how this is all going to sort of develop out there for us. We could be talking about what is known as a lee-side trough developing here east of the Rockies. So basically, here's the setup for us. There's our mountain range. There's the Rockies that are in place right now. And basically, the air mass above that is generally compressed in that situation. They're right over the mountains. But as it begins to work its way on off towards the east, you start to decrease in elevation there. Lower elevation is in place, and that air column begins to really stretch out. And that stretching can lead to a little bit more in the way of spin on the increase, as well as that area of low pressure on the increase as well. At least it's strengthening as it moves its way again east of the Rockies. So this is the situation. One computer model, the European forecast model here, showing you that area of low pressure situated there in parts of the southwest. You can see the central pressure sitting right around 1,002 millibars. But as it moves east, it'll be stronger. 998, that lower number indicating a stronger area of low pressure, and it'll continue to strengthen as it moves its way towards the north and the east. 994 by the time we get to a Wednesday morning, again, according to this computer model. What does that mean? Well, winds will start to crank up out there as this system really cranks up as well. Monday afternoon and through the evening hours, look at these winds, this corridor of potentially 40 to even 50 up to even 60 mile per hour wind gusts will be possible. That's going to mean, with the snow flying around, the potential for some blizzard conditions. Farther south, though, the severe threat exists.
In fact, we're looking at the potential for severe storms, especially into Monday, more so into Tuesday. Look at some of these cities that could be affected. Memphis, Birmingham, Nashville. In fact, just had an update by Dr. Greg Forbes, up to a 5 now, a torque count of 5 Tuesday afternoon in the evening hours for Birmingham, meaning that there's a 50% chance of a tornado within 50 miles of that single location, Birmingham. So really going to have to be careful there, and still looking at 4s in Nashville as well as Memphis. So it's never too early to talk about safety during severe storms, and the best way to seek shelter is that if you have a basement, get to the basement. That is the absolute best place you can go. If you do not have a basement, you want to put as many barriers between you and the outside as possible. So find the most interior room possible and make sure that it has plentiful walls between you and the outside. And then when you're looking there as well, you want to go to the lowest floor or the smallest center room, like a bathroom or a closet. Always consider that you want to avoid floors with something heavy above you. You have a dresser in the upstairs bedroom. You may not want to be in a room that's directly underneath that, for the simple fact that that could definitely come crashing down your way. So a lot to talk about, at least Monday into Tuesday into next week. Alex?
All right. Meanwhile, we do have some active weather ongoing with some wet conditions across parts of the West Coast, particularly the Northwest. We've been just seeing these systems driving in and driving in. Well, another one impacting us with some of the rain around Seattle. Looks like maybe the back edge trying to move on through, so we'll lighten things up just a tad. But we still have that snow ongoing as you head east into the Cascades. So heads up there dealing with that. Then we head farther south, northern parts of California. You're getting in on some of this rain as well. Redding getting on the wet side of things. Heading south out of Redding, you'll run into some more moderate to steadier rainfall there. Looks like things are fairly quiet in and around Sacramento. A few sprinkles here and there. Then some snow showers, northern parts of Utah. Now, Salt Lake City is quiet now, but you can see that's trying to push into your general vicinity. So heads up there. Elko, as you head into Nevada, finding a little bit of the rain and snow mixing in there for you. Now, as we head to the weekend is where we really start to see things getting going here for us. Sierra already dealing with some snow for your Saturday during the afternoon, but we'll notice as we head through our Saturday night and into Sunday, more precipitation gets going here for us. That's our storm storm system really getting going and wrapping up here for us. The northern extent is where we'll find our snow. The southern extent is what we'll be dealing with our rain. And you can see where the totals will be coming in. Look at these spots here into Southern California. Los Angeles, San Diego, there could be a few locations seeing 1 up to even 2 inches of that rain. Significant rainfall for this part of the country, and then the snow really winding up and piling up in the Sierra. Great news here, could be measuring it in feet.
Where are you?
Well, the squirrels are back in the attic.
Mom?
Your dad won't call an exterminator.
Can I call you back, Mom?
He says it's personal this time.
If you're a mom, you call it the worst time. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Where are you? It's very loud there. Are you taking a Zumba class?
If you have Medicare Parts A and B and want more coverage, guess what? You could apply for a Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan whenever you want. No enrollment window, no waiting to apply. That means now may be a great time to shop for an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan, insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Medicare doesn't cover everything, and like all standardized Medicare Supplement Insurance plans, these help cover some of what Medicare doesn't pay. So don't wait. Call now to request your free decision guide. It could help you find the AARP Medicare Supplement plan that works for you. These types of plans have no networks, so you get to choose any doctor who accepts Medicare patients. Rates are competitive, and they're the only plans of their kind endorsed by AARP. Remember, these plans let you apply all year round. So call today, because now's the perfect time to learn more. Go long.
Like most of us, you've taken good care of your home over the years. You've worked hard to make sure it's weathered the storms and always looked its best. So when it comes to your retirement years, wouldn't it be great if your home could start taking care of you? Well, it can. A reverse mortgage loan from AAG can help you access your home's equity as tax-free cash and could give you the retirement you've earned. It's money that can eliminate your existing monthly mortgage payments, pay off debt, and get you and your family the financial resources you need. If you're 62 or older and own your home, why not call for a free information pack from AAG with absolutely no obligation? It'll tell you what you need to know about how a reverse mortgage could work for you.
Call 1-800-850-1314 now to receive our all-new information pack, all absolutely free with no obligation. Call 1-800-850-1314. That's 1-800-850-1314.
You'll receive a reverse mortgage guide and discover that it's a loan that your home pays back instead of you making monthly payments, allowing you to stay in the home you love. In the pack, there's also an important all-new reverse mortgage retirement planner that explains the many ways a reverse mortgage can provide stability for your retirement. And we know how important family can be in making these types of decisions. So there's a third guide filled with information for your family and loved ones. It's got what you need to know about reverse mortgages and how they can play a vital role in your retirement plan. For many of us, our home is our biggest asset. Maybe it's time you unlocked that money and started making it work for you. Don't you deserve it? Give AAG a call today.
Call 1-800-850-1314 now to receive our all-new information pack, all absolutely free with no obligation. Call 1-800-850-1314. That's 1-800-850-1314.
AAG, the best advice for a better life.
It's amazing out there means to me everything is amazing. It could be the smallest ice crystal, the biggest storm cloud. It's just taking a second to appreciate all of it and the awe and awesomeness of it.
Currently in our area, 63 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. High 66. Winds northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy. Low 49. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, mostly cloudy, high 73. Winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Closed captioning brought to you by California Walnuts. What makes this the best simple dinner ever? Great tasting, heart-healthy California walnuts. So simple. Get the recipes at walnuts.org.
Come out and break my back outside to get out of the snow and then go to work and break my back.
I looked out the window and my car wasn't there.
Here we are again, the joys of the Jersey Shore.
3 docks floated hundreds of feet from where they were and landed on the driveway.
Oh, we're in it.
Tight rotation. This is a Doppler radar indicated tornado.
One truck toppled over. This truck, another truck toppled over here.
My car's underneath another car.
Nothing you can't say.
I'm just glad I'm alive and I wasn't in it, that's all.
If it falls, it's not going to fall in 10 seconds. We'll have plenty of time to get out the front door.
Go!
Man, that snowball fight looked really fun, right?
A little fluffy, but it certainly worked. It's amazing.
Half past the hour here on Weather Center Live. Thanks for staying with us. I'm meteorologist Alex Wallace.
And I'm meteorologist Todd Borick. We have yet another winter storm that we're going to be tracking over the next several days. Quite amazing how much snow that some areas could end up getting from this. But you can see where it's all going to be coming from, that area of a low pressure. And look at those ice bars, those lines of equal pressure, Alex. That is where we have that setup. Snow to the north, severe storms over to the south.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about how this is all going to play out. We look all the way back to the West Coast. In fact, the system really is all the way out into the Pacific, the one that's really going to be the big instigator for us. Late in the weekend, we got this big dip in our jet stream, our trough. That's going to try to swing on in and really get an area of low pressure at the surface developing now. And on the north end of that, where we have the cold air, that's where we'll see our snow. Now, this thing will continue to march on off towards the east here. And again, moving into the plain states by the time we head into the early part of next week. So this is early next week. We got that warm, moist air flowing its way on in from the Gulf of Mexico and then wrapping back into where we have the colder air mass. There's where we have the wintry precip. So we'll start you off Saturday night dealing with a little bit of snow getting going here across parts of Colorado, but the real action back towards the west here into the Sierra and into California as the precipitation really starts to get going Sunday now for us. We'll see snow Lake Tahoe up towards Reno and then spreading east now into across portions of Nevada, Utah, and into Colorado also. Then Monday we progress off towards the east. Now we're spilling out some of this wintry weather into the plains, western parts of Kansas seeing it all the way down even to Arizona and New Mexico, and still snowing across portions of the Rockies. Tuesday, it's the plains and the Midwest. Your turn to deal with it. You can see the swath that we'll be watching the most. And again, it's not just snow falling, but wind whipping around some of that snow, and that could certainly lead to some really tough travels. Blizzard conditions are possible. The areas we're most watching for the heaviest and more moderate snow, those are the purple areas, and then the pink, that's what we'll see. We'll fine-tune the actual numbers of what you'll be dealing with here, but you can get the gist of what we'll be watching early next week. Some big snows are possible. Then we've got to track the severe side of things, Todd.
And the southern edge of this, we're looking at places like Houston, Nashville. Right now, absolutely gorgeous conditions. A little on the cool side for Nashville, just a few degrees above average this time of year, but you'll notice a big jump in temperatures starting tomorrow. Houston, a beautiful ride there. Watch out, some morning fog could be an issue for you for your Saturday. Let's talk setup. Let's talk about why we are going to be seeing the threat for severe storms, especially for the south. It is all due to, let's set up beginning with that jet stream. We have that big dip in the jet stream. We have a trough out west. We have the ridge out to the east. In addition, we have this jet streak, or this little pack, this little ribbon of 150 plus mile-an-hour winds. That's going to really enhance the uplift of the air. So we have that set up beginning. Now we have to look a little bit farther down in the column of air. And here we are, the moist, warm flow coming in from the Gulf of Mexico. We have that cold, dry air coming in behind this. So now we're starting to see the battle of the air masses, warm, dry against cold, or cold, dry against warm and moist. In addition, about 5,000 feet up, we have the low-level jet will also be very strong. That will continue to transport warm, moist flow. All this combined together will bring about that threat for severe storms. Let's talk about where exactly. On Monday, well, we still have that area of low pressure developing on the leeward side of the Rockies, but here comes Monday night. Places like Little Rock, Dallas, Shreveport, just north of Houston, the threat for severe storms. Tuesday, Memphis, Birmingham, Nashville, and New Orleans, and then will continue to push its way farther to the east come Tuesday night, including places like Atlanta, Lexington, Kentucky, Nashville, Birmingham, all have that threat for severe storms come Tuesday night. And you can really look at the thunderstorm forecast from Monday evening through the night. Damaging hail, damaging winds as well could be an issue for places like Tulsa, Fayetteville, Little Rock, Dallas, and Shreveport, Alex. So, yeah, we're a couple of days out from this, but still looking to be quite a mess, especially for parts of the southern plains and the Gulf states.
Yeah, absolutely. Meanwhile, with some better news just in time for the weekend as we see a pretty significant warm-up in store. We're looking live now at St. Louis. What a beautiful picture here. We've got the blue skies, the arch. I tell you, I could stare at the arch all day. Beautiful times. We're going to be looking for some warming for us as well. Now, late last week, we were definitely dealing with some chillier numbers out there. Friday into Saturday, highs were only in the 30s here for you. The average high is 41. Well, look what happens this end of the weekend into this weekend. Look at these numbers. 60s for your Saturday as well as Sunday. A brief drop Monday, but right back up into the upper 50s by the time we head on into our Tuesdays. So here's the setup this weekend now. There's our jet stream that's in place. And basically anywhere north of that, that's where we'll find the coldest air. South of it, that's where things will be on the milder side. And most of the country generally going to be above average east of the Rockies. Anywhere from 10 to even 20, maybe even a little bit more than that above your average out there. So get ready to thaw out here into this latter part of our January. Kansas City today, right around 57 degrees, nearly 20 degrees above average. We got that mild air all the way up into parts of the Dakotas. Bismarck going to be about 20 or so degrees above your average. Then we'll move into tomorrow, Saturday, kicking off the weekend. Can't ask for warmer temperatures here for you. 70s for you in New Orleans to Houston, Atlanta. It's not just 60s, but it's 60s and sunshine to enjoy as well. Then on Sunday for you, we'll head into Louisville. Look at this, 60 degrees for you, with Raleigh getting up to 65 degrees. Even up into New England. Boston, Sunday rounding up right around 48 degrees. And we'll keep things even warmer on Monday. So we'll head back to work right around 53 degrees for you. And D.C., our nation's capital, of course, we saw all the big snows from Winter Storm Jonas. Well, basically a thing of the past now with these numbers in the 60s. Todd?
Yeah, looks like an outdoor recess type of start to next week. So will that January thaw hang on as we head into February? What about March? Our Dr. Greg Postel explains why those above average temperatures may not be where you're thinking.
Well, let's look ahead to the rest of the winter and what's it going to be like? Everybody wants to know, right? So starting off February, we think it's going to be relatively warm, at least for the first few days. That's been well advertised by the models. As we head into the weekend and to the first part of next week, look at the maps. It does pretty strongly suggest warmer than average conditions in the east. And that sort of forecast has been in play in people's thinking now for a while, leading early on predictions for the month of February to be relatively warm in the east. But new data has come in to suggest that once we get past those first few days in February, things are going to turn around and get a lot colder in the east. That seems to be the consensus right now from the model forecast, which is why the new February forecast for the month as a whole looks like this. Below average temperatures in the south and in the east in particular, and relatively warm conditions in the west. How about March? Let's go one more month, shall we? Well, guess what? This is straight out of the El Nino playbook. Below average temperatures in the south and above average in the north. Well, guess what? That El Nino playbook has not been working that well so far this season. So just hang on to the forecast and we'll update you when the new data comes in. Back to you.
Up next on What is Southern Live, the biggest swells of the season battering Hawaii.
Yeah, that's right. We got some big time waves and some other video that you really want to check out. But look at this. This is known as Jaws. We'll look at this more after the break.
Currently in our area, 63 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, mostly cloudy, high 64. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, low 49. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, mostly cloudy, high 73. Winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Is your body storing fat more easily? Do you suffer from a lack of energy? Or the draining side effects of restless sleep? How about an increase in wrinkles and even sagging skin?
Hi, I'm Kim Douglas, and as a beauty expert always on the hunt for the next great breakthrough, when I heard about a youth hormone that was associated with reducing body fat, increasing lean muscle mass, and even reducing the appearance of wrinkles, I just had to learn more. I'm talking about human growth hormone, or HGH, and as early as our mid-20s, our natural production of HGH begins to drop dramatically. Here's the good news. Finally, there's Serovital.
Serovital is the first and only amino acid complex shown in a clinical trial to trigger the body's own natural release of HGH from the pituitary gland and increase mean HGH levels by an astonishing 682%.
HGH has been associated with reducing body fat, reducing the appearance of wrinkles, improving sleep, and even boosting energy. As a doctor and a woman, I am very excited that now I can tell women everywhere about Serovital.
Serovital boosts your HGH naturally and at a fraction of the cost of painful injections. Serovital sells for $99 in stores. But call right now because we're letting as many women as possible try Serovital for 30 days absolutely risk-free. Plus, call in the next 6 minutes and we'll also include free shipping. You owe it to yourself to try Serovital for 30 days. It's absolutely risk-free.
Serovital is a true scientific breakthrough, 20 years in the making.
Get the facts at myserovital.com. Supplies are limited. Call 1-800-298-6193 or go to myserovital.com for your risk-free trial today.
Welcome back. Big news from Beverly Hills. Celebrity plastic surgeon Dr. Andrew Ordon has discovered an anti-aging breakthrough called Fill and Freeze, and he's giving away 1 million bottles free.
I've spent nearly 30 years looking for an effective, instant breakthrough to reduce the appearance of wrinkles that can be applied topically instead of with surgery or invasive medical techniques. And I finally found it with Derm Exclusives Fill and Freeze.
Wow, I'm young again. I don't feel like an old lady. The lines are gone.
Oh my God. Wow. I can't believe it. It looks really good. It gives you a whole new confidence.
It definitely took 10 years off. If I went to a dermatologist here in the city, I would pay $300-400 for this.
I know you're wondering what Derm Exclusive can do for you. Well, you don't have to wonder. You can order it right now and try it for yourself absolutely risk-free. And here's how.
Call now during this special direct-to-consumer offer and you won't pay $120. Today, you can get your own instant results with Fill and Freeze for only $59. But that's not all. Today, we're taking another $20 off, so now you can get this instant wrinkle-removing miracle for the low price of only $39.95. And as part of our 1 million bottle giveaway, Dr. Ordon is including a second $60 bottle of Fill and Freeze free. That's nearly $120 of Fill and Freeze for only $39.95. Dr. Ordon will even include his MicroPure resurfacing pads, intensive repair serum, and collagen lift moisturizer, a $200 value free. Order now and we'll even upgrade your order to express delivery. That's a $15 value free. Plus, you even get to try it risk-free for 30 days with our money-back guarantee. But you must call to order. Call 1-800-730-7432. That's 1-800-730-7432. Order now.
Welcome back. Time now for a bit of a video roundup. Pretty impressive videos that we've got to share with you.
Yeah, it's all happening all across the country. Check out what happened in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is where a semi-truck carrying, get this, and just in time for Valentine's Day, 37 1,000 pounds of chocolate. Crashing the highway, traffic is flowing smoothly now, but that wasn't the case yesterday. A 86-mile stretch of Pennsylvania Turnpike, it was closed to remove that semi. And what's scary, look how this thing is just teetering right over the edge there as well.
There were a few, look, those are probably the boxes of chocolate.
That's probably the one I ordered, was probably right there. That's it. Sorry, hon.
Valentine's Day right around the corner too, right? All right, well, an update on Winter Storm Jonas. NOAA saying Jonas ranks as the 4th most powerful snowstorm to hit the Northeast since 1950. It rates Jonas 7.66 on the Northeast Snowfall Impact Scale. That scale actually ranks storms according to inches of snowfall, geographic reach, and affected population, but it does not take into account misery metrics, things like, well, storm-related deaths, flight cancellations, and boy, we saw thousands of those, and of course, power outages as well.
Yeah, now we're talking just more recently. Now, Delray Beach, Florida, this is where people are cleaning up after. Look at this guy here. Just getting
just in time.
That's what I think. You want to be a little more prepared, but maybe it was stuck outside. But that was an EF0 storm. 65 to 85 mile an hour winds knocked down trees. Some rooftops are also damaged. Power outages happened there yesterday. And this is really after a day an EF1 twister struck Coconut Creek, just 20 miles to the south of Florida. Has been getting hammered recently.
Yeah, they certainly have, which is something that we typically see or expect to see during an El Nino year. Meanwhile, look at this in Harbor, Oregon, a horrifying sinkhole swallowing a part of this shopping center and a chunk of Highway 101. Thankfully, no reports of anyone being hurt. The transportation authorities have put up signs directing traffic to a detour, and they are advising anyone who is driving in the area to just be cautious and slow down. But I mean, that is a massive hole there to deal with.
Absolutely scary. And talk about this bad timing here in San Francisco. A $2 million home, get this, is being torn down. It's sliding into other homes. They found out there are some cracks in the retaining wall, and that actually worried inspectors. The house had to be moved, ended up moving 14 inches just really over a week's time. Other homes in the area are also in danger. The owner of this home, this is just awful, actually bought this just a couple months ago and hadn't even moved in yet.
I mean, unreal. It's almost like, well, what did the inspection, did they not have an inspection beforehand?
Unbelievable. Look at this. Look at this guy on the wave here.
This is pretty impressive here as we look into Hawaii. I mean, insane waves, and the surfers, they certainly took advantage of it here. These swells steam-roamed into Pe'ahi, commonly known and referred to as Jaws. So this is the island's biggest surf break.
Yeah, surf break, it's an obstruction, something like coral reef or rocks that cause the waves to break. Here, the break is generated by winter storm swells traveling over a barrier reef. These 40-foot waves are a big rush for surfers. In order to get out there, they actually have to be towed to the breaks by jet skis.
Wow.
Amazing. And now we're talking some warm conditions ahead. Look at just the temperatures for tomorrow. Places like Minneapolis, Chicago, Atlanta, all warmer than average. 38 degrees for Minneapolis, Chicago 45 degrees, Atlanta 64. But Alex, it's what's happening off to the west for tomorrow. That's going to be the beginning of what's going to happen with a big storm system in the early part of next week.
Yeah, we really start to see things wrapping up as we head into Sunday now. Looking for the wet weather all the way down into L.A. San Diego seeing some rain. It's the northern extent, though, across Nevada, Utah, into Colorado. We'll start to see the snow flying around.
Yep, 74 Dallas, 66 in Atlanta. Notice how the temperatures still stay quite warm. 76 Dallas, 67 Atlanta. But here comes the mess. We're going to start to see that area of low pressure develop on the leeward side of the Rockies. And Alex, this is when things get a little bit dicey, especially into your Tuesday.
Yeah, absolutely. The good news is it is Tuesday for us in a spot like Iowa. Of course, the caucus is taking place.
That's right, yeah.
Monday looks like the bulk of the snow going to be coming in after the caucusing is done. So that's good news. But still, Tuesday we'll have to deal with this action all the way up into parts of Wisconsin, through the plains. Could be a mess with the snow and the wind whipping it around.
And you mentioned earlier, you can also see where the path of that storm will probably end up going, especially just to the north of that line there. And Atlanta, 70 degrees for your Tuesday. Here comes your Wednesday. You can see how temperatures really come crashing down to 55 degrees in Atlanta. And that's when the system starts pushing
absolutely.
away.
95 Wednesday, that's your day to deal with the wet weather.
Hi, you've reached Emma. I'm out of the office right now, but we'll get back to you just as soon as I possibly can. Your call is important to me.
Join Princess Cruises for exclusive Discovery at Sea experiences. Limited Caribbean fares from $549. Call your travel consultant or 1-800-PRINCESS. Princess Cruises. Come back new.
This winter, whatever you step on outside of your car is sure to find its way inside. From Chicago to Seattle, Nothing protects your vehicle's floor better than WeatherTech floor liners. They're laser measured to perfectly protect your vehicle. So whether you're playing on the beaches in Florida or even going through the drive-thru out in the bay, for the ultimate protection, choose WeatherTech floor liners. Order at WeatherTech.com or call 1-800-CarMats. Complete protection, completely American-made. WeatherTech.
We know you have a morning routine. We have one too. 7 days a week. AMHQ is right here and weather ready.
Let me get you ready for the day weather-wise.
We've got a lot going on this morning.
Definitely see what kind of pattern we've had.
So start your morning routine with Jim Cantori, Stephanie Abrams, Jan Carfagna, and the rest of AMHQ.
It is a team here at the Weather Channel and an awesome team at that.
Let's get right to what you want, and that is the weather.
AMHQ, every morning starting at 5 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 63 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, mostly cloudy, high 64. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, low 49. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, mostly cloudy, high 73. Winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
This year, make every amazing despicable. Wizarding second of your vacation count by staying where the adventure never ends. Come with me now. 2 theme parks, spectacular resort hotels, more epic than ever. Don't just vacation. Go with me now. Vacation like you mean it. Universal Orlando Resort. Go big with the Wizarding World of Harry Potter exclusive vacation package.
Your brain is an amazing thing, but as you get older, it naturally begins to change, causing a lack of sharpness or even trouble with recall. Thankfully, the breakthrough in Prevagen helps your brain and actually improves memory. The secret is an ingredient originally discovered in jellyfish. In clinical trials, Prevagen has been shown to improve short-term memory. Prevagen, the name to remember.
Soup and sandwich and somewhere to go and clean and real and nowhere to be and warmth and looking good and sandwich and soup and inside jokes and Dan is back. Good, clean food pairs well with anything. The Clean Pairings menu, 500 calories or less.
Welcome to Azure, the Palm Beach Gardens address where waterfront living has been perfected. 14 acres of refined living with concierge services and unequaled resort amenities. And best of all, the most extraordinary contemporary condominium residences you can imagine. Reservations are now being taken in our final building. Azure, waterfront living perfected.
Are you ready to experience the most live sports like never before? With the Sports app on X1 from Xfinity, you can track live scores and easily switch between close games.
Oh, I love that. All on one screen. I'm a fan.
Anywhere that you have Wi-Fi, you can stream live games on any device.
So I can stream 3 different games at the same time and catch the scores on every single one. That's kind of cool.
X1 will change the way you experience TV. Switch to the Xfinity X1 Triple Play and save when you buy.
This is a required monthly test of the emergency alert system. Had this been an actual emergency or dangerous situation, official messages and directions would have followed the alert tones. This test is brought to you by the Florida Division of Emergency Management, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and your local broadcast station or cable provider. This concludes the required monthly test.
people can't make it in the office, they can do one of those too. Despite some challenges yesterday, DC's Metro is promising train and bus service to almost all of the areas back to normal today, which is a good thing. One storm is done, but another storm is just beginning. Let's check in with Alex for details on your full winter weather update.
Yeah, absolutely. As we look towards this next one here, the good news is it won't be impacting places like DC, who are still trying to dig out from some of the mess there with Winter Storm Jonas. It's a little bit farther on off towards the west, and we look towards the Pacific. This is our little impulse and disturbance that is in place right now. That's the one we'll be following as it marches its way towards the west coast. In fact, we can look at it here. This is basically a depiction of what will be happening here with that disturbance as it marches its way across the Pacific and then moves its way to the west coast. Really a digging trough here for us as we move into the early part of next week. The northern end of that, where we've got the colder air, that's where we'll find our wintry weather. The southern extent, that's where we could be looking at some of the nasty storms, severe storms. But we'll focus in on the wintry weather with our winter weather update now. Saturday night, some snow showers in the Sierra. We also have a bit of that going on here across portions of Utah into Colorado. But it's really Sunday that we get things going as the rain starts going here across portions of California. And then it's all snow pretty much from the Sierra working east through Nevada into Utah as well as into Colorado. Then on Monday, getting back to work, or if you can get to work, we'll be looking for the snow really wrapping up here for you across a good chunk of the state of Colorado and then inching out into portions of western Kansas. That'll be the area hit first in the plains, and then it begins to spread to the north and the east for our Tuesday. So Tuesday, that's going to be the zone and the time frame where we think the steadiest of the snows will be falling from the plains into the western portions of the Great Lakes. How much snow? Well, this goes through Monday during the afternoon, evening hours. A good 2 feet or more possible in the Sierra. We could see some of that into portions of the Colorado Rockies as well, at least 1.5 feet up to 2 feet. A spot like Denver right on the edge there, right around 5 to 8, maybe getting close to 1 foot of snowfall. That's certainly not out of the question for you, but that's just half the story. We've got more snow to deal with farther on off towards the east. So this goes through Wednesday in the evening, and you can see the zone. We don't have exact totals, but this will be the zone for now where we think we'll see the most moderate to heavy snowfall, particularly here across parts of southern Nebraska into Kansas and then back into the portions of Colorado. But that's going to be the zone that we focus in the most, not just with the snow, but also a lot of wind whipping around, making travel almost impossible in some locations. Now, right now, currently, we do have some snow showers out there coming in around the lakes. Nothing too hefty out there. We've been seeing some light snows around the Buffalo area, but again, nothing too terrible. Temperatures right now aren't too bad on the East Coast, low 40s. It's much chillier, though, back towards the west, where we're seeing those numbers now in the 20s. So let's put it into motion. Future radar here for the rest of the afternoon. We'll see some of those snow showers here again right around the lakes, starting to sort of taper off a bit. We'll notice the wind direction coming in out of more a southerly direction. So that's really going to shut down any sort of lake effect snow that we have ongoing. Heading into Saturday morning, there will be some snow showers with a storm system that's working its way up through Canada and heading east. But in terms of snowfall amounts, not really looking for anything too hefty. General, maybe 1 to 3 on the highest end of the scale here into New York State, and the same for us as we head back towards the west as we head through Saturday afternoon and evening. There could be a few locations again in that 1 to 3 inch range, including a spot like Marquette. So be on the lookout for that. So that's what we've got ongoing across the Great Lakes region. But the big story, no doubt, is going to be this next system that, Todd, could bring us blizzard conditions.
Yeah, and let's talk a little about blizzards. What exactly are blizzard conditions? And a lot of times it's not necessarily it's about the snow. It's just about more visibility. So let's talk about what we need. First of all, we need wind speeds in excess of 35 miles an hour, and we also need that visibility to be anywhere from a quarter mile or less. It also needs to have a duration of time. This has to happen for about 3 or more hours. So when you combine the wind speed with the visibility for 3 hours, that's where the blizzard conditions happen. You don't need snowfall amount, temperature, or geographic location necessarily to bring about a blizzard. So a lot of times it's not due to heavy snow. It's about the visibilities that drop as well as looking at those wind speeds. So here's the snowfall totals as we look into your Monday. Notice we're not looking at any numbers at the moment, but the area of low pressure will scoot its way right across the central plains. A strong winds in places like Kansas and Nebraska, Alex, and that is why we're a little bit concerned about lowered visibilities across these regions.
All right, well, up next, the breakdown of the other side of the storm. We're talking about rain, strong storms. Some of them could even be severe and produce tornadoes. We got the timeline plus some city specifics as you go through the days ahead. Weather Center Live rolls on in just 60 seconds.
Currently in our area, 63 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, mostly cloudy, high 64. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, low 49. Winds northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, mostly cloudy, high 73. Winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.